Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Paddy. Paddy is from Plymouth in England, in the UK. So let's see what Paddy has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello. Yes, I can hear now.
Can
Hello,
you hear me
Paddy.
now? Yeah.
Yes, I can. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. How are you? Thanks for having me on board.
Thank you very much for taking the time on Sunday for the interview. Thank you.
That's okay, anytime.
Should I call you Patrick or Paddy?
I don't mind, whatever you feel like's easier for you, Paddy or Pat.
Paddy? Okay, I'm gonna. What people calls you the most?
Paddy at the moment.
Paddy? Okay, let's go for Paddy then. So Paddy, so tell me how 2023 has been treating you so far.
Very healthy, very clean, very wholesome, very quiet and peaceful.
I
A lot
see.
of personal development. I'm putting a lot of time into this month because last month was just way too much. It was just fast paced, loads of partying, loads of like enjoying myself, letting my hair down too much. I kind of just forgot about myself.
When you start like a new year, you're kind of person that makes a lot of new resolutions, you kind of look forward for a new year ahead, or you just go by the day?
I feel like as I've gotten older and as I'm getting in deep with my mental health advocacy and things like that, I feel like more and more I'm really encouraging myself to start the new year off with goals and resolutions. Whereas before, when I was in the military, I'll come back on leave and just be complaining about, oh, it's January again. I'm like, no, I want it to be December again. I'm living in December. So yeah, it's getting better as time goes on.
Tell me where you're from, Paddy.
Plymouth in Devon, southwest England.
Oh wow, I think now I'm sure I had a few guests on the show from Plymouth so far.
Oh, lovely.
And what do you do for a living?
So I am a fuel tank driver. So I used to be in bomb disposal. So I don't know why. I just seem to end up with like explosive goods all the time. No, so fuel tanker. So or any sort of like dangerous chemical or anything like that. And these huge tankers on the road. It's like my portable classroom. That's where I learn a lot of my psychology stuff to do with my advocacy work. So.
And I could see as well that you are a mental health advocate, yeah?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your journey, how you started this project.
Started when life began. Life is a big one, and mental health is everywhere. It's in us, in all of us. There's no avoiding it. So, throughout most of my life, I've always been a deep talker. I've been through quite a lot of struggle when I was younger, growing up. It turned me into an adult at such a young age, going through that heavy stuff. I started looking at the world differently, and joined the military. Learned loads about myself. I went on a journey. I lived on my own, first time in all my life. A few years ago, about 2.5 years ago. And I felt like living on my own. I either had to become my own worst enemy or my own best friend, through the pandemic. So I decided to do a lot of work on myself. And I found that it really worked, working on yourself rather than depending on everything else around you to help you. Working on myself was the best thing I could have done for myself. And it inspired me to set up a platform to help others realize that opening up, initiating your own self-help and self-journey would be the best thing you can do to save yourself, to be your own hero. And so, yeah, I'm a mental health advocate. I've got a platform where it's open at Paddy. People can open up about all walks of life, their problems, life, relationships, mental health, everything. As long as they feel safe doing it, then that's what I'm here for. And try and signpost them for help, or I'll try and help them myself.
Amazing. I think it's such a beautiful thing to do when you help people based on your personal experiences, traumas, or things that you faced in life that for some reason you're struggling at the time, and now you're kind of helping people out. I think it's amazing. I had a few guests on the show doing the same job as well, and I think it's just amazing to see people exploring this area and actually just being honest, because it's something so big in the world right now about mental health, something that people before we didn't talk about. We never heard this word before in the past, and now it's something that people, they are standing up for it. They are with the flag like this. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about. Let's help people. Let's break this stigma that people, they don't feel or they never thought about having this issue in their lives. So I
Yeah.
think it's amazing to see. And when I was checking your profile a little bit, I was like, you know what? I'm sure it's going to be a great interview because he's literally helping people around the world. So I think it's amazing.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your kind words.
Paddy, before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
I am really into my psychedelic medicines. So I went on a spiritual retreat in the summer. I like trying something new like that, and where like different ancient cultures can sort of help me out, look at life from a different perspective by giving me some sort of natural medicines, ceremonial practices. I'm not very religious. Well, I'd say I'm kind of like learning a lot about different religions and spiritualities and things like that. But this was an interesting journey that I went down, doing meditation, learning how these shamans were doing their work, playing the music, using the medicines. And so, yeah, like a lot of people look at me and they see that I love my partying, you know, going to raves and doing my mental health and stuff. But I like history with the mind. I like how spirituality can help the mind and things like that. So I'd say that might interest a few people that have kind of heard of it, maybe. I don't know.
Amazing. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views? Yes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, welcome to William, the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Okay, full of round of fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Look at you, proper dancer. Paddy, during the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what bores you?
What bores me? Sitting around doing nothing.
Always being this way?
Yeah. I'm like thinking, what can I do next? Procrastination and boredom just takes over, and it's just like, yeah, I need to keep myself active, doing something, you know.
I think back in Brazil, we have a saying that free mind is like it's like an industry for the devil. You know what I mean? Your mind gets, when you have this a way of just being, not think about anything or not doing anything, that's when you start think about naughty things or things that you shouldn't be thinking.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Paddy from Plymouth. Next question for you is, what are you most passionate about?
Mental health, psychology, and serving the people.
Right. So tell me, so far, what have been gained with this journey of helping people with mental health? What's the biggest stigma, in your opinion, that people still have from mental health?
So it's hard for people to open up because they're worried about being judged, and they're worried about people like thinking it's too negative to talk about and things like that. But ultimately, it's like I was saying this earlier, it's all about like allowing that person to be able to open up about it and not having a problem with that, because that's when the stigma happens, is when people have a problem with people opening up. It's like they got a choice. They don't need to sort of badmouth it, if that makes sense. Spread that negativity about mental health and why you should talk about it. It's all about being positive about it and being there to support. And if you can't support, then you don't have to support. Like, you just, you know.
And why do you think people they struggle to open up about that? What people, they don't talk about that usually?
So used to a life of sort of holding it in and struggling, and I feel like we're living in a world of judgment, looking at social media with all this perfection and happiness, and like they feel like they're gonna rain down with like some sort of real negative vibe on other people's lives, and it's just gonna make them look like an alien because the illusion we see on social media and on media and all this sort of stuff of perfection and reality TV. Everyone's trying to be perfect all the time, and it's just like their life just seems even more of a misery to talk about. But it isn't like that. A lot of us have demons that we don't talk about, and that's why it's important that we talk about it.
I see. Yes, I think social media, they sell a lot of perfection. What does exist perfection? Do you know what I mean? That's one of the big things as well. And people, they get so into it that one point you get lost with your mind. You think that's the real world, but it's not real at all.
So, yeah, that's it, mate.
Next one, let's do it. Paddy, before the next question, tell me a little bit about your journey in the military. So tell me how the opportunity came along and how was your experience there?
Oh, wow. So when I was younger, I was inspired by my dad being so patriotic about the world, like about Britain, and sort of saying, oh, our troops have done this, we did this in the World War. You know, he was always big on the country. And it made me think, well, when my friend passed away, who was in the Royal Engineers, which is the regiment I was in, it inspired me to join and start a new life. I wanted to sort of leave my own life behind, because my life before was a bit, you know, I wasn't really progressing in life, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I joined the military, and once I first arrived in the military, basic training really shocked me. I kind of wanted to just get out, and I was trying to write letters to try and get out. It really just was too much for me. But I just pushed through those boundaries, got into it, and then it felt like more of a family when I got to my regiment. It was family, the brotherhood. It was just the skills that I was learning. I started to see this new version of myself that could face problems that I never thought I'd ever face in my life. And problem solving, tackling challenges, proves to yourself that you are good enough to do something. It reinforces a new belief about yourself, because my old belief would be like, I can't do that, I'm not good enough. Whereas in time with the military, it made me think I can do that, because I've done it before, and I know I can challenge myself to do it again. It just takes practice, and you can fail if you have to.
Wow. And how long was your journey there for?
I was in there for nearly 6 years.
Wow. And what do you miss the most of that period of your life?
I love it how, like, me and my brothers just didn't judge. We were just relaxed. We went through all of that together. The challenge is living in Wales as well, to do adventure training, rock climbing and things like that. It was just with all these people, and you could just say and do whatever you wanted, and there was just no judgment. It was lovely. It was.
Wow. So your brother was there as well with you at the same time?
Sorry, say again?
Your brother was there as well at the same time with you?
Oh, brother. Well, when I say brothers, I mean like they were like a family.
I see. I understand. Wow.
Yeah.
Next question for you is, what things do you consider to be relationship deal breakers?
Not sharing the same values and morals, and it's just the core human version of yourself that values, say, animals, life, adventure, rather, or introverted or extroverted. It's just sometimes these things clash, and I feel like, you know, I get quite a lot of relationship problems. I got sent to someone the other day with a marriage problem, where on his 1 year anniversary, he had a difficulty with his wife not loving him anymore. Obviously, it's all anonymously. It's to do with just that guy only. And it's things like that. And obviously, I dig deep into it, and I realised that a lot of the values are different. People change over time. That's why I feel like I would personally only get married after a long time of meeting that person. I feel like you've really got to be patient just to see if you really are set for a long, consistent period of time.
Yeah, I think become friends somehow. It's a good start, because you're going to spend the rest of your life with your best friends.
I know. Exactly. They got to be a best mate.
Next one, let's do it, Paddy. Next question for you is, as a child, did you have imaginary friends, and what was their name?
I didn't have an imaginary friend, but I had teddies and stuff. I had like a really close monkey that was actually off the PGT, and it was called Kevin. And I used to have so much fun with it. I used to beat it up. I used to rob it. I used to be friends with it. I used to take it out to the shop with me on journeys, you know, flush it down the toilet. I was quite abusive, to be honest. But that's not because, like, you know, I was being nasty. I feel like I was a boy, and I felt like I liked it. I liked my Action Man stuff, where I'm playing like Action Man scenes with it and stuff, you know. I had a bit of soldier in me back then.
And how was growing up in Plymouth?
Growing up in Plymouth, I actually moved here about 2.5 years ago.
Also, you didn't grow up there.
No, and I didn't grow up here. No.
So where were you grow up?
So I did grow up about an hour away, and my childhood was awesome. You didn't really have much technology to be distracted. And I went out. I used to build tree houses. I used to play knock gingery, knock on doors and run away. Live that adrenaline-packed life as a child, breaking into places. Not like, you know, like a real bad notorious criminal. It was just kids, you know, just trying to express yourself and escape whatever you're going through at home.
Amazing. Very good. Do you have siblings as well?
Yep, I've got a sister, Anna. She actually lives about an hour away. She's a very, very busy girl. I'm a very busy man. We don't get to see each other that often, but when we do see each other, we're very, very close. She's lovely. She's a wonderful girl.
What's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
So the biggest similarity is probably like our sense of humor when we're around each other. But I feel like when we're our difference is probably how our lives are so completely different. Like what we love and what we like is just completely different. What we look up to, what we worship, it's just two different types of people.
All right, next one. Okay, before the next question, tell me about your project, Open Up with Paddy. So how this idea started?
A lot of people, because I used to go on there and do videos on my normal account, and I just kind of opened up about my mental health. I was like, guys, you know, when I told you I did a lot of work, I said, guys, I've done a lot of work on myself, and you can really help your life. You can help your mental health. And I thought I'd done a video and I posted it, and people, not only was it supporting other people, but people supported me. So I was like, oh, actually, it's just really healthy. So I'm helping other people, telling them about my journey, opening up, talking about my problems. And yet people were supporting me if I need it. Like, well, that was a lot, you know, and people are like, yeah, well, if you need my help, and it's just like this healthy thing, support or be supported. So I thought, right, open it at Paddy. It's a place where I share people's stories. Other people can then support or be supported. Because when someone goes through hardship, they've always got a lesson to teach. You can learn off every single person, and they can inspire someone else and be their survival guide, but also someone else can be their hero if they need it.
See, yeah, carry on.
I was just going to say, like, obviously, I've been networking with mental health professionals like psychologists, doctors, just working on little projects with them, doing live calls with different people. I plan on doing all different industries, different backgrounds, just sort of like yourself, just asking questions, bringing up information to the table for people to use. I want to go to physical events out and about so I can sort of stand up and pour my heart out to people just so that they know that I'm there. I've got a wellbeing club that I've organised in Plymouth where people can come and do wholesome activities, open up. So yeah, it's just like, it's a beautiful thing to see people's lives being saved, changed, helped in any single way.
I see. And talking to people, Paddy, I'm sure like, you know, it's a lot of energy, exchange energy, because I'm sure people, they open up with you with a lot of maybe traumas, something that's very negative. How do you find a way not to get involved and bring to your personal life this energy? There's a way for you to kind of, okay, you are there, you are listening to them, you are there for them, for sure. But at the same time as well, how do you manage to not take some negativity to your personal life? Because might be a lot of traumas that they are sharing with you, things that, you know, sometimes when you work in this field, it's a lot of energy, a lot of information, a lot of, you know, things that maybe people, they're not ready to listen to like every single day. There's a way for you to do to not get yourself, your private life involved in that. For example, you go out, you go, okay, I'm going to live on the side and I'm not going to get involved on that. There's something that you do it.
Well, it all comes down to sort of like having that faith in yourself that, like, you know, and you're confident that you can help people in different situations, and it kind of protects your own energy. I'm there like proper like, right, I can help this person. Like, I know that I can try my hardest to do what I've got to do, but it takes time because I've been doing it like nearly every day for the last 2 and a bit years now, like officially my mental health advocacy. It's like protecting your energy was always hard when you are not looking after your own energy. So most of all, it's having that faith inside of yourself, that self-belief in yourself, that you know that you can tackle someone else's challenge, and that is what protects my energy. And even like triggers where someone's been through what I've been through as a child, I'm like, can look at it in two ways. I can be triggered and play the victim and think, oh no, we're going there. It's reminding me. I don't want to escape. I want to engage. So that's the thing. Like, I got to appreciate what I went through now, because it's going to save someone. For the advice of my wisdom from my experience, I can now pass on to that person that needs it the most. So whatever really does get close to my childhood or whatever I've been through, I can use it as a weapon for someone else.
Amazing. Okay, next question is, where do you want to be in 10 years time from now?
I want to be doing this full time. I want to be doing this full time. I want to be problem solving. I imagine myself going into a room, someone having a problem with me, trying to sort it out within 5 minutes. That's my practice of when I'm online and people open up to me. I'm sending a few voice notes, boom, get rid of the cloud above the red so that they're less confused, liberate them from their problem because they've put themselves, or experiences put them in a psychological trap, and I want to break them free. And in 10 years time, I want to be an expert at that.
Amazing. The way you said, I can feel your energy and I can see you there doing it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Next one. Hey, Paddy from England. Next question is, who are you most thankful for and why?
My parents. My parents have shown me a lot of good and bad, and I appreciate both sides to that. It's good to be shown how to love, and it's good to be shown how not to love. It's good to be shown about how to be good and how not to be good, as long as they can sort of teach you on how to do both. Or, you know, when I say teach you on how to do both, like, they've taken responsibility for their own mistakes and they're sort of teaching you how to take responsibility for your own mistakes. And like, they were the start, and they're going to be with me for as long as I can, and they will be with me for the longest. That's why your parents, not necessarily all the time, there's times where I haven't spoken to one of them for a long time because of problems we've had, but we always come back, and we always come back stronger, and they're like my best mates. And yeah, like I said, I've been through a lot of stuff with them that's affected me for my life, but then I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for them. No matter how bad it went with them, I would never be the man I'm proud to be today if it wasn't for them. So yeah, my parents, I love them to bits. They're amazing. No matter how many mistakes they've made, they're always been there, and they always will be.
Wow. And when you decide to go to the military career, they supported you?
They did support me. Yeah, they were there when I passed out, and it was the best feeling in the world. When I'm marching with the music, and then they're watching, cheering me on. It's like, you know, it was great.
Amazing. When did you come back from that the military journey, Paddy?
It was about just over 3 years ago now, when I left. Yeah, just over 3 years, like September 2019.
All right. 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, talking about family, if you could spend the entire day with a family member, who that would be and why?
My only one.
Only one.
Do they have to be alive?
Nope.
I would probably spend it with my nan. My nan on my dad's side of the family. I feel like she was very, very wise, and sadly she was taken from me from a young age. And I feel like I could go back, and I'd love to see her in general. She was an amazing woman, but I feel like I could learn a lot of her. I know I'd sit there or go for a walk with her, or go in nature and just catch up with her. It'd just be amazing to catch up with a family member that you haven't seen in a while because they've passed away.
And when you think about her, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
Just a real loving nan. Like, every time I was around her, I felt safe. I felt loved, and she gave me that love that I've never had off anyone else. It was like the nan love, the ultimate elite nan love. That was just amazing, and it meant the world to me, and I'll never forget her smile.
Oh, wow. Whatever she is right now, she's smiling. Look at this, this interview for sure. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next one, I've got two questions in one. The first one is, when you think about your career in the military, what's the best memory that comes to your mind? You're like, wow, I'm so glad that I went through that because that happened. And also, something that, what was the most challenging part of being there, in your opinion?
I was so close to leaving. Years ago, I really wanted to leave. It got to the point where my mental health was so bad in basic training that I was going to try and self-harm to get out. And because this would be answering the two questions in one, to be honest with you. And I didn't really have many people see the potential in me until when I was so close for leaving. They said to me, "You're doing really well," and they told me that I had all this potential, and it kept me going. It made me think I am actually worthy of something. Because I looked down on myself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna find it hard. It's like there's a vicious cycle. If you don't feel like you've got potential, you won't take action, and then if you don't take action, you won't get no result, and then that will reinforce your belief system. And that was the pattern I was in for like most of my life. So at this point in my basic training, I was doing something that was going to change my life, and I was just about to give up, and they told me to stop, and then I carried on and I fought through what I was going through to get to the end of basic training. And then it was when the day I passed out was probably the best day of my army career, because I knew in my head, I knew that I'd just overcome one of the biggest challenges in my life to prove to myself I am worthy, and I can. And the most important thing is that I knew that it didn't matter about anyone telling me this, that, and the other. It was me that achieved it. I done that, and for a lot of other people are like, basic training's easy, or I wouldn't want to join the military. There's harder things and more challenging things, and all this sort of ideas. But it doesn't matter about what anyone else thinks, man. It's about you. It completely changed my life. The whole lot. It just completely opened up a new door for me. And I don't agree with our government most of the time. You know, I've changed my mind on things. I'm not pro-British. I'm pro everyone. Like, uniting the world together. Forget about all these rules and divide and all that sort of stuff, man. Like, we're all come from the same place. But I still appreciate that journey in the military. No matter what military stood for, I'm glad that I achieved it.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Right. Next question for you is, what three things are you most grateful for?
So I'm grateful for where I live. It's a beautiful place. Like Plymouth, it's like you've got the city life, you've got the sea, beach, and you've got like all like the countryside, Cornwall. And so like where you live, your environment is so important to be grateful of. Be grateful of everything that I've achieved. Be grateful of your friends and family that I've chose to have around me. And be grateful of, like, you know, sort of the successes within my mental health advocacy. They're the things that mean a lot and that I'm grateful for.
And do you see yourself living in Plymouth for a long while?
Yeah, so, well, I'm actually going to be leaving in October, roughly around that time. I want to go to Bali, I want to go to Thailand, wow, and then Australia afterwards, and just go and live my life out there in the sun.
Amazing, what a change.
Yeah.
Ready for the last question?
Yeah, ready for the next question.
Okay, Paddy, but before the last question, people watch the interview right now. Maybe, you know, they're struggling with mental health. Maybe they are afraid of talking. Maybe they don't feel safe of sharing what's going on with their mental health. What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
It's good to talk to a stranger online, finding people online that are very positive and that you know that really want to help you. And usually that's a good point, because sometimes it's very intimidating to talk to your friends and family, because you feel like, you know, it's not really their field. It's not, you can't always depend on your friends and family, because sometimes when you depend on them and they're inexperienced with that, you might be let down and it might put you off talking to someone else. But maybe a stranger like myself, this is what I'm here for. I'm ready for it. You know, bring me your worst problem and I'll try and help you find the help. So, you know, it opens up a new door opening up, guys. So you know, and I know it's hard sometimes to talk to people, but remember there is people, there's an army of people waiting for you. It doesn't always have to be your friends and family that are the part of the army. Of course they love you, of course they'll support you in many other ways, growth, but they might not be ready for mental health. But don't take that to heart. We're not all experienced in everything. We're not all fully educated in everything in the world. So, like I said, there's people online like myself. Open up Paddy. I can signpost you to some beautiful people that will take care of you. I'll try and take care of you. So just know that there's support, and when you're ready, open up.
Wow. And if they decide to open up with Paddy, what they gonna get out of it?
You can be sure that I'm going to probably try and get to the root of your problem, no matter what you have to let out, no matter what you have to put on the table for us both to work out, or for me to bring in friends of mine to work out with you and signpost you to some good resource, just so that I get an idea of what you need. I'm not saying that I've got the purest of answers, but it's better than nothing. It's always good to try new things out, trial and error, until you find something.
I think when you give the first step, it's already, the help starts from there. The first step you give it, you know, as you said, talk to a stranger, talk to someone that you feel like talking, it's already a big start. Just a little step.
Definitely, man. Definitely, 100%.
Last question for you is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
Wow, they're all weird and wonderful. I don't like people who try and be like everyone else. I like my unique. I think everyone's unique in their own way, but I feel like, you know, it's nice to have weird and wonderful friends that you can feel yourself with and do weird stuff with. Yeah, they're very distinctive with their characters, and they've got some real strong, powerful values that you don't find every day, and that money can't buy.
Absolutely. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words and just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for family.
Beautiful.
Money.
Sometimes needed.
Love.
Happiness.
One word for life.
Emotion.
Sex.
Sexy.
Politics.
Boring.
Religion.
Interesting.
One word for fear.
Used as a weapon.
Friendship.
Important.
Desire.
Be careful.
Yeah, sometimes. Regret.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Success.
Failure's okay.
One word for wish.
Dream.
Happiness.
Say again.
Happiness.
Glory.
One word for Plymouth.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. One word for England.
Rich.
Amazing. If you could define in one word your experience through those years in the military, what would be one word to define that experience you had?
Achievement or growth. Sorry, growth over achieve. Like, yeah, growth.
The last one now, mental health advocate, one word.
Warrior.
Actually, one more. One word for open up with Paddy.
Deep.
Okay, good one. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, what is the most beautiful thing about Paddy, and what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What your best friend would say?
He's very, and he needs to stop being hard on himself, because he's doing a very good job. They would find what's sort of affecting me in order to achieve what I need to achieve.
And what your best friend would say the most beautiful thing about you?
Probably of how much of a brother I've been, of how much I've always got their back, I would say, because that's what a lot of them really say, that they know that I've got their back. So,
right. Let's play now, Paddy and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Paddy from England, you can ask me a question now.
What is your ideal partner?
Wow. What a great question. Okay, my ideal partner would be someone that it sounds cliche, but someone that's they feel their truly self. They express themselves the only way that they can be. They don't pretend to be anybody else. And it's, as you're saying before, how people, best friends, they may pretend being somebody else. You don't never know. But for me, the ideal partner is the one who I can talk to, look at this person, and this person I can feel it, that they are the truly self. I know it's not easy sometimes, the world we live right now, sometimes, it's difficult for you to be your truly self. But most of the time, I think people, they spot it, they can see it, they can feel it, and they appreciate when the other person is themselves. So I think for me, the ideal one is the one that I can look at him and say, you know what? You are your true self. So for me, that's the ideal one, for sure.
Nice, I love that. That's nice. Bless you.
Paddy, did you enjoy the interview?
It was really good, man. Like, you've got a lot of energy, positive energy, always smiling, beautiful, and I've lifted me up. I feel a lot happier. Even I was happy earlier, but I feel happier. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for, first of all, to be so open about, your period of your life, your struggle in life, your experience. I think it's so inspiring to see people talking about, their experience in life, because I have no idea how much it helps people out there. Just listen to those. Doesn't matter. It could be a small thing, and maybe for us it doesn't mean a lot, but for some people it can mean a lot just to listen to someone talking very raw, very open about situations in life, good things and also challenge things as well. And I think somehow it just helps other people as well. But before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
Okay, so your happiness is like a recipe. You just have to find the ingredients to make it.
Wow, what a nice one. I like it. Amazing.
I come up with that myself.
Okay.
Okay, buddy, thank you very much for that. Honestly, I appreciate you having me on. It's been great to speak to you.
Thanks so much. Good luck with your career, and good luck with Open Up with Paddy. I like the idea. Thanks so much. Okay?
Good luck with your podcast, brother. Nice one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, my man.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why do you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.